pet peeves that enrage me. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Sunny. Before I start, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. Let's shoot for 1,000 likes on today's video, guys. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so after 21 years of living on Earth, I've come to the conclusion that my least favorite thing here is people who talk too much. I've also come to realize that there are two main types of people who talk too much. People who talk too much about nothing of any value or substance at all, and people who talk too much about topics they know a lot about in an attempt to impress you. And both of these types of people are equally insufferable. I can't tell you how angry it makes me when somebody just goes on and on and on about basically nothing without coming up for air or letting you get a word in edgewise. And then when you do get to respond, you hit them with a "damn, that's crazy" or a "damn, that's interesting," because at that point they've spewed such an insurmountable cacophony of useless garbage that you really have nothing else to say. And as far as the other type goes, the ones who try to flex their intellect on you, it's not only mentally exhausting having to respond with "damn, that's crazy" every 10 seconds because you know absolutely nothing about whatever nerdy topic they're trying to school you on. Your morale slowly starts to drain because you know the only reason they're talking to you about quantum physics or the political and economic state of the world is to make sure you know that they're smarter than you. And I know for certain that they get off on the fact that you don't understand a single word they're saying. And unfortunately for me, I've met someone who's actually a mix of both these types of people. And she just so happens to be my dental hygienist. So that means once every 6 months, I have to lay down in a chair for an hour and a half and listen to this arrogant old woman school me on music and the fine arts, as well as her failing marriage and why I should never get married. Like, lady, I listen to Steely Dan religiously and I grew up with divorced parents. I know a thing or two, okay? Nah, I'm just kidding, but she insists on trying to explain why a tomato is a fruit, or why the earth is flat, or how Tupac is still alive, all while her hands are in my mouth. So I can't even hit her with a "damn, that's crazy" or a "damn, that's interesting." I just have to sit there in agony. So yeah, not a fan of people who talk a lot. If I had it my way, I'd put them all in a spaceship and send them into the sun. Okay, so I know this one's gonna make me seem really stingy, but frankly, I don't really care. People who try to eat your food after claiming they're not hungry make my nervous system shudder. I think the main reason why this makes me so mad is the fact that I refuse to ask people to share their food with me when they're the only ones eating. Like, that food is yours. I refuse to infringe on your meal that you either purchased or made for yourself. I want you to enjoy that. My fat ass can just have some water. I don't care. And if you ask me if I want any without me saying anything, chances are I'll still say no. However, I've come to realize that other people don't have the same outlook as me when it comes to this. Here's an example. Now, sometimes I'll be hanging out with my friends or even my family, and because I'm human, I'll get the sudden urge to eat. And if I'm the one driving, I'll typically stop somewhere and get something. But me being the courteous little guy that I am, I'll ask my friend or maybe even my family member whether or not they're hungry, because I know some people find it rude when people decide to eat in front of others. And the conversation usually goes something like this. "Hey, I'm really hungry. Do you want to grab some food really quick?" "Oh yeah, sure. I'm not hungry though. In fact, I ate a little while ago, so you can just eat." "So you don't care if I eat in front of you? Like, you're not bothered by that?" "No, I don't mind at all." "So you're absolutely sure you don't want anything, and it's cool if I eat in front of you?" "Yes, I'm sure. Okay, I'm not hungry at all. I just ate. I don't want anything. I'll just be on my phone while you eat. Don't even worry about it." "Okay, cool." Now, after having that conversation, you'd think that they'd stay true to their word and not try to eat your food, right? Wrong. They will always try to eat your food without fail. And I'm sick and tired of them trying to make me believe that they won't. I see through the lies of the Jedi, okay? Nah, I'm just kidding. But eventually I'll get my food and I start chowing down. But unbeknownst to me, my friend or family member won't just be on their phone like they said they would be. They'll be laser focused on me eating my food. And they'll start saying things like, "Wow, that looks really good." Or, "Oh, damn, I should have gotten something." And then after that, they'll try to take a fry or something off my plate. But as angry as that makes me, I'll typically let it slide. Or maybe I'll even offer them one myself, even though I don't really want to. But the moment they ask, "Oh, can I have a bite?" If I'm eating a burger or something, I'm crashing out. I'm absolutely done. Like, instead of taking a bite, how about I shove this entire Big Mac down your throat? How about that? Okay, how about that? Alright, so I know everybody watching this video knows at least one person that does this. Imagine you're going through some hard times. Maybe you're going through a breakup, Or perhaps one of your loved ones has passed away. Or maybe you've even lost your job or something, I don't know. And someone asks you what's wrong because they can see the hurt in your eyes. They can see that you're breaking on the inside. So you tell them all about your sorrows and how your world is crashing down before your very eyes. And they listen the best they can because they know you're sad and lonely. And they realize that they might be the only one you can turn to in times of despair. But instead of just letting you vent, they decide to make the entire conversation about themselves, and then they proceed to give you the worst advice known to man. They'll take whatever you're going through and relate it to something similar that they also went through. And then the entire conversation becomes solely about their experience with whatever it is you're going through. Or they'll try to act like they know what you're going through when they haven't experienced it at all. I'm sorry, but you losing your dog is not the same as me losing my grandma. Just like you getting your Instagram account hacked is not the same as someone stealing my social security number. And then to top it all off, they'll say something stupid like, "Oh, don't worry, bro, there are plenty of other fish in the sea." Or, "Just gotta put on a happy face and turn that frown upside down." Or my least favorite one, "Just keep swimming." Just keep swimming? How about I waterboard you? Try to keep swimming then. Nah, I'm just kidding, but I truly hate it when people try to act as if they have all the answers when it comes to life. Because sometimes I don't even want advice. I just want to talk about what's going on. Like, unless you genuinely have some sort of experience under your belt, please do not try to give me or anybody else any kind of advice whatsoever. The main thing that bothers me about these kinds of people is that I know for a fact that they believe that their advice is much deeper than it actually is. When in reality, their words are about as deep as a kiddie pool. And most of the time, it's pretty obvious that they don't even care about actually helping you out. They just want to hear themselves talk. I have so many people in my life who do this. I just talk to ChatGPT about my problems now. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, so last but definitely not least, people on sidewalks. So I go on walks in my neighborhood pretty much every day, and I love pretty much everything about going on walks, okay? You know, listening to music, smelling the flowers. At this point, all the birds know me on a first name basis. Except when it comes to going on walks, you're never the only one who's out walking. And when it comes to sharing the sidewalk with other people, you're gonna run into some issues. The first one being the fact that most people never think to stay on one side of the sidewalk so that there's enough room for other people to pass them by. They just stay in the middle. So then you have to walk through the grass because they refuse to move. And then there's those people who will be walking towards you, so you move to the right side of the sidewalk to let them know they have enough room to pass you by on the left. Kind of like you're driving on a 2-lane road, right? Except they get confused for some reason and then start walking on the right side of the sidewalk too. So then it becomes this back and forth charade of you and the other person switching sides. Now this last thing is probably an issue only guys run into, but maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. So if you're a guy and you have to walk past a woman on the street, it can go one or two ways. They'll either be walking toward you on the opposite side of the sidewalk so you can pass them without any issues, or you'll end up walking behind them. And if you end up walking behind them, prepare for some mental gymnastics because this is usually how it goes. Now, if I'm walking behind a woman and there's no room to pass her by, I'll typically cross the street because me being a little Mexican dude dressed in all black walking behind her will probably make her uncomfortable, especially since I go on walks at night. Now, if I try to slow down behind her to create space between us, I'll be standing there awkwardly for around 5 minutes waiting for her to be far away enough so I don't pose a threat. But if I do that, I'll eventually just catch up to her again because I'm kind of a fast walker. And if I try to speed up so I can pass her, it's gonna seem like I'm trying to attack her or something. So crossing the street is basically my only option. Except that doesn't always work either because sometimes I'll cross the street and I'll end up walking behind another woman. So I have to walk back the way I came and find another path to take. Except that doesn't always work either because I'll end up running into even more women. So I end up crossing 20 more streets and now I'm 2 cities away from home. I should have just gone for a drive instead.